You know, most people believe the biggest danger after 60 is running out of money. That's the fear that gets repeated everywhere. Financial shows talk about it. Friends talk about it. Headlines talk about it. And because it's repeated so often, it starts to feel like the only thing that matters. But that's not the real danger. The real danger after 60 is much quieter. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't arrive with panic. It slowly settles in and pretends to be wisdom. The real danger is fear. Fear doesn't show up on a bank statement. You won't see it in your retirement account balance. But it quietly drains something far more valuable than money. It drains your time, your energy, and your willingness to fully live the years you worked so hard to reach. After 60, time feels different. Days still pass at the same speed, but years feel shorter. Seasons come and go faster than they used to. And suddenly, the idea of someday doesn't feel as safe or as guaranteed as it once did. Fear convinces people to wait just a little longer, just until things feel safer, just until they feel more certain. And that waiting becomes a habit. Not because life demands it, but because fear does. Most people don't realize how expensive fear really is. Not in dollars, but in missed moments. In experiences that never happen. In conversations that get postponed until later, and later quietly disappears. I've listened to people in their 60 seconds, 70 seconds, and even 80 seconds talk honestly about their lives. When they finally feel safe enough to speak freely, they rarely say they regret spending too much money. What they say instead is that they waited too long to travel, too long to rest, too long to enjoy the freedom they earned. Fear disguises itself as responsibility. It sounds mature, it sounds reasonable. It even sounds wise. But very often it's just fear wearing a sensible mask. After 60, fear doesn't shout. It whispers. It asks questions that sound smart. What if something goes wrong? What if I need that money later? What if I make the wrong choice? So you say no instead of yes. You stay home instead of going out. You put joy on hold because it feels safer to wait. And slowly, without noticing, life becomes smaller. Not because you can't do more, but because fear told you not to. Fear also has a way of turning retirement into another job. You check accounts more often, you watch the market, you replay past decisions in your head and second-guess yourself. Instead of peace, you feel pressure. Instead of freedom, you feel responsibility. You didn't work for decades just to replace one kind of stress with another. Retirement was supposed to give you space to breathe, but fear keeps you on alert, as if something bad is always just around the corner. Fear convinces people that every decision must be perfect. That one mistake could ruin everything. That one wrong move could undo a lifetime of work. But the truth is, most retirement decisions are far more forgiving than fear wants you to believe. Life doesn't collapse because you choose joy once in a while. Spending a little more doesn't erase decades of discipline. What hurts far more is spending years stuck in hesitation. Fear exaggerates risk and minimizes time, and time is the one thing you can never earn back. Another quiet cost of fear after 60 is what it does to relationships. One person wants to enjoy life while health and energy are still strong. The other wants to protect against every possible future risk. So conversations become tense, plans get delayed. Resentment quietly builds. Most couples aren't really arguing about money, they're arguing about fear. One person fears running out of money, the other fears running out of life. Both fears are real, but if they're never talked about honestly, fear takes control. If any of this feels familiar, pause for a moment. Take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. This channel is about honest conversations on life after 60, the kind most people avoid, but everyone needs. Fear also steals something deeper than money or time. It steals identity. When you stop doing the things that make you feel alive, you slowly forget who you are beyond survival. Days become routines. Weeks blur together. Life starts to feel quiet in a way that doesn't feel peaceful. It feels empty. After 60, life isn't meant to be smaller. It's meant to be simpler, deeper, and more intentional. But fear pushes people into shrinking instead of simplifying. Many people reach later life with unused potential, unused energy, unused love, unshared wisdom. You have stories, experience, and perspective that matter. But fear keeps whispering, stay safe, stay quiet, stay still. That's not wisdom. That's fear pretending to protect you. This isn't about being reckless. It's about being present. It's about understanding that safety without meaning eventually turns into regret. You don't need to do everything. You don't need to spend wildly. You simply need to do what matters. Fear also delays retirement for many people. Not because they love their work, not because they truly need more money, but because the unknown feels uncomfortable. So the finish line keeps moving. Just one more year. Just a little more saved. And before they realize it, the healthiest years are gone. You can always make more money. You cannot make more time. Fear steals years quietly, one delay at a time. Another thing fear does is turn simple decisions into heavy ones. Every choice feels like it carries enormous consequences. What if this is the wrong time? What if I regret it? What if I ruin everything? But most decisions don't have that kind of power. What really causes damage is living in constant fear of making a mistake. Fear keeps people stuck in planning mode instead of living mode. Retirement is not a spreadsheet. It's not a formula. It's a season of life. And seasons are meant to be lived, not endlessly managed. Many people plan perfectly for a future they're too cautious to enjoy. They save for experiences they never allow themselves to have. They protect money so well that they forget why they saved it in the first place. Before this video ends, take a moment to reflect honestly. What have you been postponing? Who have you been meaning to spend more time with? What joy have you been delaying because it felt safer to wait? That waiting has a cost. Not today, not tomorrow, but eventually. Life after 60 isn't about avoiding mistakes. It's about choosing meaning over fear. You worked hard. You sacrificed. You planned. You earned the right to live these years with intention. If this message resonated with you, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Life after 60 isn't about fear. It's about freedom, perspective, and choosing what truly matters. You've earned that.